Now let's mount the motor on this. So this is the DC motor which we are going to use. So unscrew this locking nut and mount on this hole like this. So this is a motor loading plate, so we are placing like this and like this. Okay, tight the screw as much as you can with the help of hand. Okay, it should not move from the back side. Then place the worm gear on the shaft. So this is the worm gear which we are going to use on the shaft. Now no need to match the hole with the help of this or with the screw. Just insert completely and tight the screw like this. Okay, so it should be tightened in such a way that shaft should rotate as you rotate this worm gear. Okay, now this is the step we have completed of mounting this worm gear. Now the next step is take the gear loading plate. Now how to mount this gear loading plate is very important here. So if you have placed the gear loading plate in a reverse direction, then it will not work. So lifting mechanism will not work if you have placed it in a reverse manner. So if you are placing this this gear loading plate in this manner, so this slot is in the direction of the motor, then it is wrong. Okay, it should be like this. Okay, so this slot should be in the opposite direction to the motor when you are placing this. Why? The reason we will discuss and further discussion, but first we will mount like this only. Okay, so place this plate in this direction and then mount it. The reason you will get it as you complete the assembling part, and you can try in the reverse direction, you will find out the problem. So this way. So we have mounted the gear loading plate. This is the motor loading plate we have placed, and this is gear loading plate we have mounted. Now the third side, we will place the next gear loading plate similar manner like this only, like the first one. So like this we can place. Okay, so the slot should be opposite to the motor. This slot should be opposite to the motor. Okay, so now place this gear loading plate like this and mount it again. Like this, and the fourth one. Like this and tight this. So you can tight the screw on the lug. So that way we have placed 3 motors in the lifting mechanism. One is motor loading plate and 2 is gear loading plate. Now fourth one is pending. So this is our motor loading plate again. So first we will place the 2 lugs on this, similar to this first motor loading plate. We will place the lug in such a way that this hole should be at bottom side, and the lug should be bottom surface should be parallel to this plate. Okay, we will place like this. So let's mount this. Second lug should be similar to the first one. We will place it. So like this we have mounted both the lugs, and it should be parallel to this plate. The lug surface should be parallel to this, and this mounting hole, this hole should be at bottom side. Now we will place this on this lifting like this. Okay, so now the plate is mounted on the lifting. So we will place like this. I'll have the screw. So mount this. So this motor loading plate we have placed like this. Okay. The next one. So match the hole and tight the screw. Simple. Like this. So this is the assembling of this square we have made. This square we have made with the help of plate and lugs. Okay, and the bottom is completely parallel, like plates and lug surface is parallel like this. Okay, this is the bottom, this is the top. Now at the top, now we will place the worm wheel. This is called worm wheel. This is worm gear. This is worm gear. This is worm wheel. Now we will place the worm wheel like this on the gear loading plate. So this is a gear loading plate, and we have inserted this worm wheel inside the gear loading plate, and now we will place the bushing. So we will place like this, and the second bushing we will place like this. So now the worm wheel is fixed. Now it is not moving. Okay, so if we will remove, it is free like this. Okay, so it is free. Now with the help of bushing we are fixing the position of the worm wheel. Okay, now to lock this position we are using a E-clips. So this is called E-clip, which we will place at the slot part of the shaft. So you can see there is a slot part available near to this bushing on the shaft. So in this slot we will place the E-clip and press from the back side, so it will go inside like this. So this is the slotted part where we have placed our E-clip. This is our E-clip. Now at the other side we will see similar to that. So this is the slotted part. This is the slotted part where we will place our E-clip. So this is the slotted part where we will place this E-clip like this. So it is fixed. Now this worm wheel is fixed. Okay, it is not moving. So this lifting mechanism we have made. Now only the part is pending is the fixing of, one more part is pending is this dead axle for the support of this shaft of the motor or the worm wheel. To support the worm wheel, we are placing this dead axle. So dead axle you can mount before also, before placing this worm wheel you can place this dead axle, or if you forget then you can place after that also, like this. So like this you can mount. Now the shaft of the dead axle and the shaft of the motor should be in parallel, should be inside this worm gear. Shaft of the dead axle and shaft of the motor should be inside this worm gear, and then tight the screw, locking nut of the dead axle similar to the motor. So we have fixed the dead axle, we have fixed the motor and worm gear. This is a worm wheel. So this is how we made this complete lifting mechanism. Now the last portion is pending is the mounting of the wings. Okay, so other part we have completed. Now here we have not discussed about why we have placed this plate, this gear loading plate in this position only. If you can see this gear worm wheel shaft, this is slightly offset, it is not at the center position of this complete square. If we say this is not at the center, this is slightly offset, okay, slightly this side, okay, so it is slightly this side, okay. So gear worm wheel should be the position should be away from this motor, so that it can get the more space to rotate on this worm gear, okay, it should get the more space to rotate on this worm gear. So this is slightly this side. So if we mount this plate in a reverse direction, the worm wheel will be nearer to the motor, so it will obstruct on this non-teeth part of this worm gear. There is no teeth in this portion, so this worm wheel will strike on this non-teeth part, okay, there is no teeth in this, okay, if we place in a opposite direction. So that is the reason we place this plate in this direction, so that the worm will get the enough space to rotate on the teeth of the worm gear. Okay, so this is how we completed this lifting mechanism. Now only the last portion is pending, lifting wings. Now the lifting wings mounting is also important. So first we will dismantle this part, so that you come to know how to basically assemble this yellow part. This is called the adapter of the plate, which is used to mount on the shaft of the worm wheel. So we are dismantling this like this. So this is called adapter, this is the plate, it's called wing plate. Now similar to that, the second one we have dismantled, okay. So this is the dismantled part. Now how to assemble it. So in this adapter you can see the projected part, this is the projected part, okay, and there is no projected part backside. So this projected part should be in place of this plate, so it should be inside this plate, projected part should be inside this plate, okay. Now assemble this. So plate, and now place the screw, place the screw on the back side, and the nut should be in the hexagonal part. So this shape is a hexagonal and nut is also shape of hexagonal, so nut should be in this position. So it should not be like, I will give the example, it should not be like the nut is, you are placing the screw here and nut you are placing here, it should not be like this, okay. So nut should be in the hexagonal part, it should go inside like this, okay. Now nut is inside the hexagonal. Now we will place the screw and tight the screw like this. The second, place the nut in the hexagonal part and give the screw like this. So this is the correct mounting. Okay, the similar we can do for the next one. Projected part should be inside the plate. Now plate direction is also important here. So if you see the shape of this plate, so if you see the design, the two holes are in this direction and the one hole is in that direction. The similar to that, the other plate should be of the same portion like this. So this is opposite actually, right? So we will place like this only. So the mounting of this adapter should be in the similar way. So we will place this adapter. See, okay, so adapter should be at back side like this and mounted. Okay, correct. So let's mount this. So how to know the position of the adapter, that we have discussed right now. Let's mount this adapter. So how to know the position, that we have discussed. So let's again, I have to verify. So like this, so it should be at the bottom side like this, place like this, and then similar to that, the second nut and the screw. Like this. So we have mounted. The mounting portion of this plate is completed. Now we'll mount this wings on the shaft of the worm wheel. Now how to mount it? There is a hole on the shaft of the worm wheel. This hole should be matched with this wings hole like this. So we'll place and match the hole of this wing with this and place the nut on this, screw on this, sorry, like this. So this we have fixed. So one wing we have fixed like this. Okay, the yellow part should be outside. Okay, it should not be inside. Similar to that, the next one. Okay, so now let's mount this wing on this plate. So let's match the hole of the shaft. There is a worm wheel shaft with the hole of the adapter and place. So when you are matching the hole, you will find it like the angle of both the wings are not proper. So this is like at upper side, this is at bottom side. Okay, so it should not be like this. Both should be in the same angle, placed should be at the same angle. So there is some problem, there is some error of mounting this adapter. So how can we find out that? So just remove this again. So basically what the adapter which we have mounted, it is in reverse position. So how can you identify it as in reverse position? So if you find the design of this plate, okay, so this design, the upper one is like this and this. Now if you place this plate like this, so if you see the angle of this second plate, the angle of this is more than this first one. Okay, so basically it is in reverse direction, so it should be in flip portion like this. So we will flip this, so it should be like this. So adapter should be at upper side. So we'll place again. So if you have placed the adapter in reverse direction, you will get the error of this angle of the both the wings. So both wings will not be straight or in the same angle. So both will mount in a different angle. Mounting will be different if we have placed the adapter in reverse direction. We are placing again. So this type of error you may face when you are assembling it. So that is the reason we are discussing here, the error which you may face while you are assembling. So what I did is, adapter plate I have placed in a back side of this wing. Hexagonal nut I have given, I have placed in that slot of hexagonal and adapter, and then the nut which you have placed in this hexagonal part of this adapter, and then we tied this screws. Okay, now let's mount it again. So if you see now, the hole is, if we are placing the wing and fix the wings on the shaft of the wheel, the worm wheel, the angle of both the plates are same here now. Okay, this way. So it should be like this only. So if it is at 90 degree or 30 degree, then the mounting, the place, the adapter mounting is, there is a mistake in the adapter mounting if you have the angle in this wings. Okay, so this is how we completed our lifting mechanism. So this is the lifting mechanism which we can use for the application like dumpster. So dumpster is generally used to lift something, scrap material, and to place from one place to another place.